Good morning, everyone. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Okay, so let's start today's lesson with the revision from the previous lesson. Watch and listen to this video carefully so you can jog your memory about what we studied yesterday. Let's go on.
Say hello to Alicia and Leo. They just shared a jar of roasted peanuts, and now they want to know who ate the most peanuts. Alicia and Leo each ate a fraction of the peanuts in the jar. We can use reasoning to compare fractions using benchmarks such as 0, 1/2, and 1. Here's an example. Let's compare 5/6 and 1/6 using our benchmarks of 0, 1/2, and 1. 3/6 is equal to 1/2. 5/6 is greater than 3/6. 1/6 is less than 3/6. Since 5/6 is greater than 3/6 and 1/6 is less than 3/6, 5/6 is greater than 1/6. Now we can use the same benchmarks of 0, 1/2, and 1 to help Alicia and Leo find out who ate more peanuts. Alicia says Leo ate more. Alicia ate 2/8 of the peanuts, and Leo ate 2/4 of the peanuts in the jar. We want to compare the amount Alicia ate to the amount Leo ate. 4/8 is equivalent to 1/2. 2/8 is less than 4/8. So 2/8 is less than 1/2. So Alicia ate less than 1/2 of the peanuts in the jar. 2/4 is equivalent to 1/2. So Leo ate 1/2 of the peanuts in the jar. Since 2/8 is less than 1/2, 2/8 is less than 2/4. So the amount of peanuts Alicia ate was less than the amount Leo ate. Alicia says, "I told you so." Leo smiles and gives Alicia the remaining peanuts. Alicia and Leo say, "Thank you for helping us." "You're welcome, Alicia." "You're welcome, Leo." Have a nice day.
Alright, very good. I hope that jogged your memory. Now let's proceed with today's lesson.
Say
This page and these questions were for you to do for your homework. I hope everyone has done their homework. Now, let's compare the answers. If you've got correct answers, very good, bravo. If you've got wrong answers, it's okay, you can correct them and watch the video again so you can get a better understanding. Question 7. Which of the fractions are closer to 0 than to 1? The fractions are given above, so from these fractions, 1/4 and 2/6 are closer to 0. Question 8. Which of the fractions are closer to 1 than to 0? 2/3 and 7/8 are closer to 1 than to 0. Compare with less than, greater than, or equal sign. Question 9. 5/8 is less than 7/8. Question 10. 5/8 is greater than 2/8. Question 11. 3/4 is greater than 3/6. Question 12. 4/6 is greater than 4/8. Question 13. 2/6 is less than 2/4. Question 14. 2/3 is greater than 1/3. Okay, now let's proceed to the next question. Okay, so for this question we have a data table with names and with a fraction of mile given. Mrs. Avery walked 1/6 of a mile, which is less than the half. The half would be 3/6. Mr. Nunes walked 5/6 of a mile, which would be greater than the half, which is 3/6. Miss Chang walked 1/3 of a mile, which would be less than the whole, which would be near to the 0 because it is less than 3/3. Mr. O'Leary walked 4/8, which is equal to the half, 4/8. And Miss Lee walked 4/6 of a mile, which is greater than the half, 3/6. Now let's see the questions. Question 15 says, who walked closer to 1 mile than to 0 miles? So the answer to that would be Mr. Nunes and Miss Lee. The second question is, who has walked closer to 0 miles? Closer to 0 miles than to 1 mile. The answer to that would be Mrs. Avery and Miss Chang. Question 17. Who has walked a fraction of a mile that is closer to neither 0 nor 1? The answer for that would be Mr. O'Leary, because 4/8 is the halfway between 0 and 1, so 4/8 is equivalent to 1/2. Let's proceed to Let's start with question 18. Rahul compares two wholes that are the same size. He says that 2/6 is less than 2/3 because 2/6 is less than 1/2 and 2/3 is greater than 1/2. Is he correct? Explain. For this question, you have to think about the fractions that are equivalent to 1/2. Yes, 2/6 is less than 1/2 because two 1/6 fraction strips are shorter than one 1/2 fraction strip. 2/3 is greater than 1/2 because two 1/3 fraction strips are longer than one 1/2 fraction strip. Let's proceed to the next question. Manish drives 265 more miles than Janice. Manish drives 642 miles. How many miles does Janice drive? The hint for this question would be you have to use one of the following. Either multiplication, division, subtraction, or addition. So which one would you use? That's correct. We'd use subtraction. 642 minus 265 would give us the answer of how many miles did Janice drive. And that would be 377 miles. Did you get the same answer? Very good. Let's go on to the next question. Nika has 90 pencils. 40 of them are yellow, 13 are green, 18 are red, and the rest are blue. How many blue pencils does Nika have? First of all, what we'll have to do, we have to add the pencils that are not blue. That would be 40 plus 18 plus 13. So what answer did you get from that? That's correct. Very good. 71. Now, we will subtract 71 from the total number of pencils that he had, 90 minus 71. So we can know how many blue pencils does he have. That would be equal to, that's correct, 19. So he has 19 blue pencils. Let's proceed to the next question. Alright, let's proceed to the next question. Omar says that 2/3 is less than 4/6 because 2/3 is between 0 and half and 4/6 is between 1/2 and 1. Is he correct? To find out if he's correct or not, we have to draw two fraction strips of the same size. This would be the first fraction strip and the second fraction strip. The first one we will divide it into 3 equal parts, and the second one we would divide it into 6 equal parts. So the two fractions that are given in the question are 2/3 and 4/6. We will shade 2/3 and we will shade 4/6, 4 of the 6 parts and 2 of the 3 parts. Now we can see that both of them are equal. They're equivalent fractions. So both name the same point between 1/2 and 1, and Omar is wrong. The next question, write each fraction in the correct answer space to show whether the fraction is closer to 0 or to 1. Now, you have to do this on your own. You have 2 minutes to do so, and then we'll check the answers together. Alright, time's up. Let's check if you got the correct answer or not. The fractions that are closer to 0 than to 1 are 1/8, 1/6, and 2/6. The fractions that are closer to 1 than to 0 are 3/4, 2/3, and 6/8. Did you get the correct answers? Excellent. Very good. And that's the end of the lesson. Be safe and bye-bye.